So today completes 7 days since the escalation of hostilities began between Israel and Palestine. It's more than 96 hours, that is 4 long days, since the State of Israel has declared a complete blockade on Gaza. In our coverage of the Israel-Hamas war, we're getting you the latest developments as they are unfolding every hour. Now, before diving into the fine print of the conflict that no one saw coming, let's in fact tell you as to what's been happening on the diplomatic front. Now, the American Secretary of State Lloyd Austin, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, is presently on a visit to Israel. In a joint press briefing, Lloyd Austin said that the United States will send more military aid, which will now be used by the Israelis on the people of Gaza, as the Israeli forces continue to prepare for the ground invasion of the Gaza, and this could happen in the next few hours.
Now, this is no time for neutrality or for false equivalence or for excuses for the inexcusable. There is never any justification for terrorism, and that's especially true after this rampage by Hamas. And anyone who wants lasting peace and security for this region must condemn and isolate Hamas.
Now, in the midst of this unflinching backing by the Americans, Israel has given Gaza residents in the northern regions a deadline of just 24 hours to leave from their homes and move to the south part of Gaza. Now, we want to remind you that Gaza has a population of 2.3 million Palestinians. 2.3 million Palestinians who are cramped in very densely populated neighborhoods, who are struggling to evade death as the IDF continues with its relentless bombing on the Gaza Strip. Now, for those who have still managed to stay alive, there is another battle that awaits them, and this is about surviving against the dwindling supplies of food and water. On the eastern front of Israel's border, protests have broken out in West Bank as a mark of solidarity with the Palestinian people in Gaza. The demonstrations took a bit of a violent turn as the protesters clashed with the Israeli forces. And our correspondent Jody Cohen has been getting us the latest in terms of what is happening from Israel at this moment. Listen in to what she's got to say.
So in the latest, a barrage of rockets have been fired from Hamas in Gaza into southern and central Israel. Israel, meanwhile, has warned the Palestinians in northern Gaza to move to southern Gaza, and Hamas has told civilians there not to listen, calling it fake news. We know that Hamas uses civilians as human shields and are reportedly not letting some leave, although there are reports that up to 400,000 Gazans may have already left. Now, Israel is doing what it can, it says, to save Palestinian lives while trying to defeat Hamas, who are hiding in tunnels, they say, that they built under residential buildings. Israel is expected to launch a ground offensive potentially on Saturday. And remember, this all comes after thousands of rockets and thousands of Hamas terrorists came across the border into southern Israel on Saturday. Last Saturday, that will have been 1 week later. And 1,300 Israelis, mostly civilians, were killed in that one day. Now, Hamas has been compared to ISIS. There are thought to be potentially up to 200 people being taken hostage by Hamas, mostly Israelis, but others coming from 30 different countries. And Hezbollah has now said that it is ready to act when the time is right to join in the support Hamas.